Hi, this is Sjoerd, account executive at Dealfront, and today I will walk you through our new Dealfront AI. What is it? Why did we build it? But more importantly, of course, how can you use it and what can you use it for? So let's dive in. First of all, the agenda. Today we will first of all go through an introduction, then I will focus on the challenges that we can solve using Dealfront AI. There will be an overview and then we will have a deep dive into all the features themselves, that is then also included by a demo, and finally, of course, a wrap-up of the whole presentation. So let's get to it. First of all, the introduction. The challenges that we are focusing on with Dealfront AI and that we hear quite often in our day-to-day conversations is, of course, for both sales and marketing, that manual research is slow. You have to search for a lot of things manually by yourself, via the internet, via databases, whatsoever. And a lot of those things can be simplified by using AI. In addition, the decision makers can be hard to find, and it is unclear what buying intent signals are important, but also which ones are there. There is so much data that we have to work with nowadays, and AI can actually simplify that whole process for us. And then we also don't have to miss any high intent signals any longer. And of course, we see quite often that there is a big problem to see, okay, which accounts are actually the best fit for us. How do we prioritize this further? How do we qualify a list of accounts that we want to target that are in our ideal customer profile? How do we qualify them further? Well, actually, all of that can be solved with our Dealfront AI. So let's dive in. So as said, here we have Dealfront AI with simple prompts. For example, you can already find which are the best fit companies for you. So who's running logistics in Germany within that company, for example, then as well? And have they already done something? Is there any buying intent signal, furthermore, that we can focus on? This is what we're going to do with Dealfront AI. So we basically changed the way that we are working. Without Dealfront AI, timing and intent stay buried. So you are not really able to focus on the right companies. You don't know, okay, which company should we focus on at the moment. You're spending a lot of hours finding the right companies, finding the right contacts, and all of this is eventually manual work, takes a lot of time, and still you are missing out on the best signals. So that is what we can help with. With Dealfront AI, you can actually get notified about the intent and the timing signals right away, so instantly. And then you can act on those signals with the right contacts already as well, the ones you should focus on. And then you will also have the right insights for those companies and you will see them, so you know what should I tailor my message based on this intent signal on to the right contact, and then of course automatically score all of this so you constantly can do this over and over again and you only focus on the right fit companies. So first of all, how can we then also focus and help the marketing teams? So by prioritizing high intent leads with AI summaries, we can understand campaign impact, and we can share insights with sales and RevOps to improve the alignment and drive full funnel performance. So what we typically already do, of course, with lead feeder is identify your high intent accounts, so we can see which ones are currently visiting the website. And then we can understand what they are looking at, so what is important for them. The best fit accounts, do they engage with content about topic A or content about topic B? This is relevant to know because you can then optimize your marketing based on what your ideal customer profile actually wants and is looking for. So what we can then also do, of course, is we can monitor the effectiveness of campaigns, so we know exactly what campaigns are actually driving the right companies to the website. And then we can make sure that sales receives those leads at the right moment as well, but also with all of the context included. So what was the content that they were interested in? Who within the company should I contact? And what are other intent signals that makes it relevant for me to reach out to this company at the moment, increasing the chance conversion. And then we can also qualify and prioritize your target list with AI enrichment, basically allowing you to look further than just our database, look further than your own website traffic, but actually see based on specific criteria that you can typically not focus on with any database. See, okay, is this company actually the right fit for me? As an example, you can now use our website search, or you can use job ads to maybe see if a company already works on their sustainable development goals. Simply ask this to our Dealfront AI. Hey, give me a list of companies that are only focusing on the environment, and then it will give a score of 1 to 10. Of course, the higher the score, the better fit the company is. So if you have a large list of 10,000 companies that are in market for you, you can now further fine-tune this, so you are left with a way more specific list, but that is actually the list that you should go after, because that is the right fit for you at the moment. And then you can, as said, personalize those outreach campaigns based on that information. This is all from a marketing point of view. Then we also have a sales point of view, of course. So this is how Dealfront AI helps sales teams. We can help you to qualify the leads faster and give you the right signals already in the CRM, the place where the sales team is already working nowadays. So you can skip the manual research, and we can make sure that the sales teams receive the right insights with all the context that they would need, but also the right contacts that they would need to reach out to. So they know, okay, this is my buyer persona. I will reach out to that person right now because of signal XYZ, increasing once again the chance of conversion to a first meeting and so on. So you can basically already see directly in your CRM system what is the company doing. So you can ask the Dealfront AI, hey, is this company, for example, already growing? Is this company currently hiring? Is this company, has this company gotten any funding in the past 6 months? All of those questions and therefore signals can now be asked directly from your CRM system or within the Dealfront application itself. And then you can see, okay, is this actually our ideal customer profile? And if so, I want to know if more companies are similar to this. So you use the AI lookalike functionality as well. And then also what you can do is you can make sure that if a certain trigger is important to you, and that you know, okay, when that happens, for example, if there is a change of management, I want to get notified instantly. You can set up those alerts. You can get those alerts whenever something happens, so you make sure that you never miss any high intent signals, and you're constantly focusing on the highest chance of converting leads for your sales team. And then, as said, you know exactly who to contact within those companies, and then you have a good understanding what companies you can sell to and why they matter at the moment. Now let's dive into the features themselves. So we have a couple of features in the Dealfront AI, and every one of them has a separate use case, of course. They, in the end, align with each other, but let's make sure that you know exactly what feature can do what for you, so what the purpose is per feature. And let's go to the first one now. The first one that we're focusing on are the AI company insights. So with the AI company insights, you can qualify your leads faster and make sure that you don't have to do any manual research anymore. Let the AI do the dirty work for you. You can tailor your outreach based on the information of the AI, making sure that you will actually focus on the right companies constantly, but also with the right message to the right persons. So this is the first one, the AI company insights, and here you can actually already see a small snippet. I will show you in more detail what it can actually do for you. But just to give you an idea, what we can do is we can see, okay, this company has been visiting the website, or this company is part of our target list, and we want to know more about them. So ask about a detailed company overview or any event in the past 6 months, which is still quite broad. With AI, it would always be good to get quite specific. So with AI, you want to make sure that you don't maybe ask for all events, but specific events that matter to you. And that could be a reason for you to reach out to a company. So is it that they are currently hiring for specific roles? Is it that they just got funding? Is it that they maybe just got their ISO certificates? If any of that matters to you, ask for those events specifically. So let's dive into the AI insights here. What we can do with the AI insights is actually save you a lot of time and make sure that you find relevant insights about a company right away, directly in Dealfront. So let's say you are working in Target, the B2B database, and you have created a list of German companies currently hiring for developers, because that is what you do, you connect developers to companies. Let's say that was the case. You have a perfect list now of 1,400 companies that might fit your needs. Maybe you want to know a little bit more about those companies. So what we can see is Sortimo is currently hiring a full stack developer. So maybe let's get some additional insights about that company. What you can then do is simply go to the AI insights here, where you can easily find information. Maybe you want to know what kind of companies Sortimo is selling to. Typically, you would go to the website and check that. But now it's actually possible to do this directly in Dealfront. So simply type your prompt here. Let's see, who are their customers? Ask the question, and this way, as I said, you can save a lot of time. You can ask anything that you would like to know, but here we already see some of their customers, and you can maybe go more specific and specifically ask what kind of companies it are, or specific company names, instead of maybe the broader type of customers that we're showing here. So there's a lot we can do with this feature. Please let us know if you need any help, and we're more than happy to set it up for you. The second one that we have are the AI contacts. With the AI contacts, you can stop wasting time on setting the right filters. Hey, I want to speak to any marketeer of top management or specific titles. Simply type in what kind of roles you want to focus on, and the AI will give you them right away. All the contacts that fit the criteria that you set in your prompt. The best thing is that you can constantly do this for all companies. You don't have to use the same prompt over and over again. The AI will match the right context. So whatever company you are focusing on, you already have your decision-making unit and your buyer persona set up in the settings, and you can simply focus on those companies and contacts. Here, once again, a quick snippet of what the AI contacts will look like. So with the AI contact, you can actually use it to find the right person for you. So for example, who is the CEO? Give me any marketing leaders, but maybe specifically indeed, I want to sell them office supplies. So I want to look into any specific roles that may resonate with that. So is it then procurement? If you don't know your exact buyer persona yet, the AI can definitely help you build that as well. Or maybe it can differ per kind of company and industry. The AI is now here to make sure that you will always target the right contacts in these companies. Now we are directly in Lead Feeder. In Lead Feeder, you can of course see the intent of a company on your website. And in this case, we can see that there was interest of PwC on our website. So we see specific intent here, and we want to know, of course, where is that intent coming from? They're looking at our platform, for example. Let's follow up. Let's make sure that we actually approach the right contact now. But of course, with a large company as PwC, where we have over 9,000 contacts, it's hard to define who you will be reaching out to. For us, it's quite simple. We, of course, saw that there has been interest from PwC. We typically target marketing leaders or sales leaders, so we can simply ask the AI who those leaders are. But you can also define who you would typically be targeting, or maybe even what you are selling to them. So the AI will define your buyer persona directly here. So it is quite easy to then ask, of course, who are the marketing leaders. So we will quickly get an overview of the marketing leaders within PwC, so that we can actually directly follow up on the intent that has been given on the website. We can also do this directly in the CRM system. If you are using one of our iframes, we can actually make sure that the sales team doesn't have to enter Dealfront, but they can actually get the contact details and let the AI define their buyer persona directly in the place where they already do their work, which is of course the CRM system. And so when the AI found the right contacts, we can simply see that there are 15 contacts matching the question basically, and they are filtered below. So then we see all of the marketing leaders within PwC that we have in our database. So from here, sales can edit to the CRM system directly and follow up on the intent with the details included. Or as said, they can do this directly in the CRM system and from there import it. If the contact is already in the CRM system, they can choose to enrich the contact. This is what we can do with the AI contact recommendation. And then we have the AI activity summary. Often we see a lot of traffic from the same company, and it can be long visits. If they are browsing through your whole website and looking at multiple pages from multiple locations, it can be quite a lot to actually see, okay, what is this company now actually looking for? With the Dealfront AI activity summary, you can make sure that you focus on the right points and that you actually can address the company based on that. So, for example, you will ask the AI, hey, what has this company been looking for on my website related to XYZ in the past 3 months? And the AI will give you the right summary so you know what the company has been focusing on, and you're not wasting any of your own time on going through all of the visits of the past period. So what you see here is the AI activity summary. You can basically see an activity overview of what the company has been doing on the website. And now let's dive into the AI activity summary, where you can actually see directly in Lead Feeder what this company has been doing on the website, how they have been engaging, which campaigns converted them, for example. So as an example here, we see a company that showed quite some interest, long visits, quite a lot to digest, and it's not the first time that they have been visiting. We see more interest in the past as well. Although these being shorter visits, we can actually see quite some intent, and we maybe also want to know which specific campaigns have converted them to the website. For this matter, we use the AI summary. So you can simply ask any question you would like about the activity on your website. So are they already ready for outreach? Which campaigns have they engaged with? This is of course more a marketing question. But also what are their interests in general. Once again, these are examples. You don't have to focus on these questions. You can do whatever you would like, but this is just to help you get started, of course, to make it as easy as possible. So for example, we can ask what their interests are, and then we will get an overview from the AI within a matter of seconds, as you can see, simply stating that we had one visit with a lot of pages viewed, and specifically looked at the About Us pages, which was 5 minutes. Pricing page has been imported for them, etc., etc. So with this, we simply see, of course, what the interest was within a matter of seconds. Sales and marketing both don't have to go through every visit themselves anymore. What they can simply do is ask our AI and save a lot of time here. Then, as a fourth feature, we have the AI enrichment. With AI enrichment, you can actually prioritize the companies based on your own criteria. So if you can't find the standard filtering option in our platform, and maybe in a lot of platforms, you can't really find your real ICP. If you have a niche ICP, or if you want to focus on a specific segment for a new campaign that you're launching, then you want to use simple natural language prompts from Dealfront AI. And this is what the AI enrichment can look like. So you can actually get a list of companies, a large list of companies, and then you can ask to maybe focus on companies that are currently growing. It's not the easiest filter, and it can be quite broad. But then the AI enrichment can give a score from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest score, and we're definitely sure that they're growing. And maybe for a 3, we're not really that sure. They're maybe hiring, but we're not sure if it's actually growth. But we can do it for a lot of other things as well, of course. So you can simply also see if they are focusing on a cutout. But you can also use it for a lot of other things. So you can simply ask, of course, if it maybe is if the company actually has an online platform. If you sell anything that only works with an online platform, that is what you can do. Typically with NAICS code filtering, for example, you can get retailers, but you're not really sure if they have a web shop. If you only focus on web shops with your software with the software that you're selling, you can now simply ask the AI enrichment to do this for you. There are so many ways how we can actually do this. We're more than happy to help you, of course, at Dealfront. So definitely give us a shout if you want to know more on how we can use the AI enrichment for your own use case. But basically, in the end and overall, we can use it to actually filter down to your real ICP and prioritize the accounts that matter most to you. Let's say that you have built a list of manufacturers in the Netherlands with 50 to 1,000 employees, but you're only focusing on companies that already work on the sustainable development goals. Typically, it's quite hard to find that. You need to check on a company's website. You maybe have to check for any certificates that they already have. So you're not really sure if the company already is working on sustainable development goals. And if you want to know, it's costing you a lot of time. This is what we can solve with AI enrichment. What you can do is, if you have that list of, in this case, 6,500 companies, you can simply ask the AI filter the list further. So you can say, I am looking for companies that are already working on their sustainable, or maybe even do it a bit more generic, but typically with AI it's good to mention that you should be as precisely as possible. So if you, let's say, want to know if they are announcing any projects, let's say a construction project, you want to be specific about what kind of projects you're looking for. Let's keep it a bit more generic in this case and see what we will get from the list. Later on, we can also focus on a yes, no, a number, or a text. At the moment, we support a score. So it's a value between 0 to 10, 0 to 10. And then we, of course, a 10 means that you're definitely already working on the sustainability. And with a 0, we are sure that it's not. So we can say sustainability score. We create a new field here. And we can now generate a preview first to see what we will get, if it is indeed the correct prompt, first of all. And then we can do it over the whole list, so we can see what is the outcome for the whole list. So as we can see now, it has been loaded. We see scores from 1 to 9 at least already here, or even a 0. So let's save and run and do this for the whole list. So now it's running, and then quite soon we will see the sustainability score. As we can see here, it's still processing for these companies, but soon it will show the sustainability score. And now that it has been loaded, we can actually see the sustainability score. So for example, for the company Ebusco, we can see there is a 10, and it will also already tell you why that 10 is given. Because we can see in this case, they are dedicated to sustainable transport solutions, producing fully electric city and regional buses. They focus on energy efficiency, sustainability, and have an ISO 14001 certification. And of course, more is given here. We can see that for all of these companies, and at the moment it is filtered on the sustainability score. You can still see, also select, hey, I want to focus on revenue first maybe, and sort specifically on revenue. And then you can see the sustainability score. It's still processing the whole list, but for example, we can already see Tata Steel is quite high, of course, Hoogovens, Storm, IJmuiden, and we can see that they're working on the sustainability through various initiatives. For example, the Zermeris journey towards carbon neutrality. This is what we can do, and this will make sure that you can actually filter your list further and only target the companies that actually matter to you. Because after this, you can simply say, I only want to work with companies with a minimum score of 6, meaning that we are quite sure that they are at least working somehow on their sustainability. That is what we want to target. So let's pick 6 as a minimum and focus on those companies. We will be left with a smaller group of companies, but that is actually your ideal customer profile. You export them and you continue working on them from marketing and sales perspective. As a fifth new feature, we have the AI list alerts. With the AI list alerts, you can automatically get updated about important changes or important alerts of your target accounts. If any of them currently, for example, has a change of management, if any of them currently is opening a new office, if any of them is maybe growing into a certain market that you help them sell into, as an example, that is what you can now get notified on by our Dealfront AI. So what can the AI list alerts look like? Simply, you have a list of companies and you create an alert. So you type in your prompt there. So maybe it could be a prompt about give me a notification if any of these companies is opening a new office in Germany. And then you constantly get those updates and those alerts. directly sent to you to make sure that you never miss any intent for your target accounts. Now we are directly in our list functionality, where we have created a list of Nordic SaaS companies between 10 to 100 employees. And we actually want to know which of these companies are, for example, currently hiring in a specific segment. Because if they're hiring in a specific segment, maybe that will indicate that you would like to work with them. Typically, you constantly have to check these companies. But what you want to have is, of course, an automated system where sales is not spending any time on checking these companies, but simply gets an alert when one of these companies is hiring. Or it could be any other signal, of course. So you simply want to stay updated about key updates on your target list. So what you can do is create an alert, type in your AI prompt here directly. So there are a couple of examples given here already. When there is a leadership change, when the company is hiring a software engineer, if they get an investment, all of this is possible. As said, we can now focus, for example, about I want to get notified when a company is hiring a new business developer or account executive. I would like to know this, for example, because it means that they're growing their sales team typically, which could be a good reason for Dealfront to reach out to a company. For you, it could be any other alert, of course. So please test this functionality out and see what works best for you. Once you have typed in your prompt, you can decide who will receive the alert and if you want it on a daily, weekly, or monthly time frame. I would like to know it on a weekly time frame. So let's already generate a preview and see what we can get on this list of 15,000 companies, SaaS companies in the Nordics with 10 to 100 employees. So for example, what we can see is that Cello is hiring an AE to drive company growth. Tier is hiring a sales development representative. So as you can see, we weren't that specific. We simply said business developer, but the AI can understand that that also means that there is an SDR being hired. You can even go more specific if you would like and ask about any specific region. So if they're hiring any business developer or AE in, for example, the Netherlands or in France or in Belgium, everything is possible. Please test out and make sure, of course, that you will eventually know your exact prompt so that your sales team only gets notified about the accounts that actually matter, so they don't have to waste any time on irrelevant leads. And then we have the key takeaways of Dealfront AI. So as we went through today, you can get instant lead qualification, you get access to the right decision makers, and all of this, by the way, of course, by not wasting any time, but simply saving the time so you can focus on things that actually matter instead of all this manual work. You can get advanced web visitor insights. What do the companies actually want? You only focus on the most relevant companies. You don't have to do any research yourself. The AI will do it for you. The plain language insight into it is also something your team can actually act on. And then you get the insights where you already work. Is that in the CRM system? You can get all of the details directly in your CRM system. And finally, you can get notified, of course, as we went through, if any major changes are happening within your target accounts that you want to be notified of, because that is a trigger for you to go to these companies and reach out to them. If you want to try Dealfront AI yourself today, please reach out to our team for more details or simply ask for a demo on our website. You can also get more information on dealfront.com. Thank you so much and see you soon. Cheers.